Hey everyone, so in this video we'll be talking about the last 1 month strategy for IC 12th boards. I'm a little bit unwell today, so I'll not be able to give 100% of my energy, but I'll try my best. So let's discuss about these few points that you have to keep in mind. The first being smart work. See, you have to work smartly since it's 1 month, and you have to focus on the subjects that I'll tell you in the next slide. Okay, so the pointers that we are going to discuss today is first is the 1 month timetable, like what should be your 1 month timetable. Then is 2221 rule. I'll tell you what this rule states. Priority matters. I'm talking about the subject priority. All right. Then we have how PYQs can help you score 90 plus. All right. So let's begin with the very first thing, that is priority. See, it's like only 1 month is left, and a lot of you have not covered subjects. Maybe some of you have not even started with chemistry, or you have done 50% of it. Your percentage calculation depends on the top 4 subjects. At this point of time, when only 1 month is left, I would advise you to leave that subject for the time being and focus on the first 4 subjects, right? For example, I was very weak in chemistry because I didn't study it. So I left that subject in the last month. Like, I focused only on the 4 subjects because only 30 days were left and I wanted to score a decent percentage. However, I scored 96.5 percentage, and it's a pretty decent score. Okay, so let's talk about the first priority that everybody should focus on. English, I would say that you have to do it in this month. I know you have been neglecting it in the past 1 year, but now it's the time that you focus on it, since it will be added in your top 4 percentage calculation. Even if you get 60 or 80 or any score, still it will be added. So it's important that you focus on this part. Now, I'll just tell you some tips for this. For language part, where students lose marks. In literature, everybody can score, it's not that tough. But in language part, people make a lot of errors. So, for example, what essay to write, which essay to choose. So it's narrative and descriptive. Then we have the formats. Please note down all the formats, learn it by heart, and then just have a look at the few examples that are provided. Maybe your English language book, or you can also purchase my course. I'll attach the link in the description box. See, the course that I provide for English language has full syllabus coverage. You will get all the formats with examples, then a lot of practice questions on transformation of sentences, phrasal verbs, prepositions, how to attempt comprehension and composition, how to score full marks in that part, which essay to choose, and a lot of handwritten notes are already provided there. You can easily complete it in one day. All right. Then proposal writing. This is also covered in my course. It's a very scoring part, but you have to know like what is the exact format for it. What do you have to write? For example, many of you don't know that you have to leave a line, how to write the objectives and list of measures, because it's a scoring part, right? Then we have prepositions and phrasal verbs. For this, only practice is required. I've already made a lot of videos on prepositions practice part, or you can also refer to my course. For me, my second priority was maths. Okay, I'll be discussing about physics and computers also. So, the first very important chapter that everybody should do is differentiation. Okay, so this chapter acts as a base for your AOD, that is application of derivatives, then maxima minima, even in section C, integration, and so on. All right, after completing with this part, you have to move on to the inverse trigonometric functions. If I talk about section B and section C, it's your choice which section you want to attempt. A lot of JE students go for this section B, and commerce students go for section C. But section C is comparatively easy since it has everything formula based. So you don't have to apply your brain. Even I attempted section C. All right. Then relations and functions. Again, this is a very easy chapter. I don't know why you face problem. I've made a video on this chapter, so if you want to watch it, you can definitely do so. I've taught you everything from scratch. All right. Then moving on to the PYQs, the most important thing. How many years? 5 years. 5 years are enough. Okay. Now moving on to the third priority. For me it was physics, and for you it can be any subject. See, for physics you have to do all the derivations plus make the diagram with a pencil, not a pen. Okay guys. Then a lot of graphs are asked, so it's important that you label it. Competency based questions can be done at the end for physics. For other subjects you can leave it, but for physics you can do competency based questions since the paper has been tough in the past few years. So yeah, you can do this. And physics has a lot of questions which are repeated. For example, Kirchhoff's law. This question was asked every year, so you have to identify the pattern which questions are asked every year. Then Gauss theorem. See, Gauss theorem, like state the Gauss theorem. If it's of 2 marks, then you have to only state it. There's no need to write any derivation. If it's of 4 marks, then please derive it, write the formula. All right, so this is how you answer your questions. For chemistry, I'll not advise you a lot because I was not very good in it. But some chapters like solutions, electrochemistry, these are the basics. Like you'll be chemical kinetics. These chapters are the easiest. Try to do them first, and then conversions and named reactions are very important. Please focus on them. Okay. Even though I learned all the named reactions and conversion reactions, that is why I could score these. Next will be computers. You have to do the output based questions. Please focus on PYQs here. No book, no tuition, nothing. Only PYQs can help you score full marks in it. Alright. And then programs, practice them. There is a particular structure that you have to follow. Then short terms, like for example, they'll ask you what is inheritance, data encapsulation. Alright, all of these questions. Okay, now we'll come to the 2-2-2-1 rule. This means 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, and the last 1 hour. So let's talk about this very interesting 2-2-2-1 rule. See, you wake up in the morning. For 2 hours, you'll study the subject which is the toughest for you. And you're also including it in top 4. For example, it may be maths. Okay? So the first 2 hours will be dedicated to maths. What will you do? You will try to complete 2 chapters here. Okay, after complete 2 chapters, move on to the PYQs. And if you want to do the back exercises, then it's your choice. If time permits, you can do it. Alright, and I've already told you which chapters you have to prioritize. Then next 2 hours, you can take a break in between, but I feel only 1 month is left for your boards, so please take short breaks. 2 hours for the second subject, which is a little bit easy. Okay, after you've completed 2 hours, we can move on to computers. All right, then next 2 hours, see, it's like 1.5 hour for the chapter completion and half hour for the practice, the PYQs and all. Or you can do it like 1 hour for the chapter completion and 1 hour for practicing the questions. All right, so 2 hours for physics or chemistry, and the last 1 hour, this is for English. What will you do here? You can practice the grammar part. Okay, I have already provided a lot of PDFs, like many questions on prepositions, transformation of sentence, everything in my course. Then just learn the formats. You have to learn book review, film review, cultural program review, everything before you go for the exam. Let's move on to the next day. Same pattern, but for the last 1 hour, now you will do English literature. Take your book, study the poem or the chapters, and then move on to the workbook. Okay, identify the theme. Identify the theme of the chapter. Why is the title appropriate? Learn the quotes here, the most important thing. Okay, then go for the character sketches. And yes, I just forgot to mention that I also have this physics ebook. Physics ebook has handwritten notes of your class 12th ISC board, and all chapters are covered along with the numericals and derivations. So if you want to buy it, I'll be pasting the link in the description box. So I think I have covered everything. Lastly, I would say if time permits, you can do competency based questions, and PYQs is a must. Competency based questions is important for physics. All right. PYQs. If you've completed your PYQs, then you can move on to other school question papers. Borrow the question papers from your friends and then do it. I hope this video helps you. And yes, I would say that don't worry for the practicals. See, practicals is something that intimidates you, right? But it's not a cause of concern because it's very easy. Practicals are conducted very smoothly. For example, even if you have not performed well, still you'll be scoring 19 out of 20. Otherwise, everybody scores full in this practical part. So all the best for your exams. Okay, bye.